Hello, Aries, and welcome back to your extended. It's like I'm so excited for your reading, and there's so much coming through that I really hope that I can get everything. I really hope that I can get everything out here for you. So let's just not waste any time and just jump right into it. Okay, so what I'm seeing here with you and this magician energy, I kind of so first of all, I kind of want to say that this is all happening within you. Now, it might be externalized through dynamics that you're sharing with other people, but of course, our external realm, in some ways, I'm not going to say always, because there are influences, like kind of like that subliminal messaging that was being touched on here. There are influences that can shape reality around you. So with that being said, if this is being externalized in your reality, in your waking reality, um, some of it actually might be representative of the happenings within you, within your being. For instance, like your own personal masculine and feminine energies. Okay. So, what I'm seeing here is I I'm seeing you. It's like you're watching this masculine energy. You're watching this masculine energy. And you know, because you're kind of also actually it's very interesting. You're appearing as the strength card. And what I'm seeing here is that you, or actually they characterize, because everything for them seems to be about title. So, and title itself usually is given to someone by another person. It's like a title is given, you don't give yourself your own title. A title is given to you by other people's perception and expectations of what you do. So, societal's title on this emperor that could either be presented as your internal masculine energy or actually as a being or a physical being, someone that you're interacting with, they would be characterized as incredibly wise. They make very important decisions, and because they have so much life experience, people trust their guidance. But there's something that you're seeing within them that is actually, I don't even know if that's the word, like dematuring. I don't even know. It's this title of being wise is what you're actually seeing is that it is a, I don't want to say it's not mature, or naive or anything like that. It's coming through as not quite as developed as it could be. And the interesting part here is that you actually might be younger than this emperor. You might be younger than this emperor. And of course, age does not determine your maturity level. It's kind of like, so you're seeing in this emperor that there's something about their magic, their ability to manifest, that is perhaps not quite as developed as they think it is, or that even though others perceive them as being incredibly wise, that they're forgetting some crucial element in their magic that would actually help to mature their abilities. And so what I'm seeing here, it's as if you both live in two different realities, especially with the talk of the red and the blue reality. It's like the feminine and the masculine reality. So you're coming together, and maybe it's like a conversation, something like that. It might be a conversation, especially with all of this, the whispering in the ears, and then this Ace of Swords, that could definitely easily be a conversation. All right, so what I'm seeing here is that as you two both come into this space together, you're seeing on them that there's something about their magic that is not as fully expanded as it could be. It could be more realized. I don't know if this emperor knows that yet, but you have this strength, right, or ability to be able to see this. And it has something to do with this familiar, or it's like you have some type of influence, a different influence. It's not this influence. It's a different influence that helps to guide you, that guides you. And there's something about their presence that it's coming through as it's opening up a whole new world for you, because we're actually beginning the second row of your spread with the world card. So their influence opens the entire world for you. And what you're seeing is that you're actually wanting to leave this reality behind, the reality of that titles determine your position in life, almost like a caste system, something like that. And you're actually turning in this other direction. I often see this space behind the strength card as a portal to a new world. It's something new that has never been experienced before. And sometimes I even will see this strength card, the figure in the front, as being like a blockage to that new space. But here, it's like it's coming with a message of that if you do perceive any type of blockage to this new direction that you're wanting to go in, that you're actually being encouraged to go in, the blockage is actually something of your own creation. It's like you are the only thing that is standing in your way. And what is simply required of you is to turn around and go through the portal. Just go through. Just like walk right through it. I mean, I know that that's not as easy as just telling you, because it does require a lot of strength to be able to pull away from the fold, to pull away from how everyone else in our society tells us to live our lives. It does require a lot of strength to do that. But it seems as though you are going through with it, because with you starting the second row with a world card, this is coming through as the introduction to this new space. You're being birthed into this wonderful place where you're actually going to be the highlight. It's coming through as like the highlight or the sensation. I'm just noticing how gorgeous her hair is. I'm like suddenly thinking about a bunch of hair. Like hair. So you're going to be the highlight and the sensation to this new place that you're going to. It's like everyone who is already in that space, in this new space, they're going to look at you like they're going to be awestruck by you. They're perceiving you very well, actually. They're perceiving you very well, and they particularly like that you are open, and it's coming through as very open and vulnerable. So there's not a lot of like guesswork. There's not a lot of guesswork or things that people would have to sift through in order to find the true you. It's like with this emperor, there's a lot of titles actually that you have to sift through uh, in order to find out who they actually are, right? And then of course when you find out who they are appearing more as this, that's it's coming through as like a low level magician. I just say what I hear. so so you're coming through as actually as incredibly authentic, exceptionally authentic, and just a gorgeous being to be around. And the space that you create, it's like you're moving into a new space, and then also you come with an energy that creates another space, another space where people have a tendency to receive some sort of new idea or perspectives. Well, actually kind of like about their own life. It's looking as though because you live in purity, vulnerability, authenticity, you're willing to step out of the normalcy and the bounds that society and those who run it construct around us. Because you're able to do that, it's like it opens the eyes of the others who witness you. This hangman has come through as, actually it's been recently coming through as remote viewing. I see this as a top down view of an eye, and when they look at you, they receive enlightenment. There's some type of enlightenment that happens within them as well, as if they are now seeing through your eyes. Because they're able to now see through your eyes, they can look at their own life and distinguish the separations that they have put in place. They can distinguish the separations that they've put in place that prevent the masculine and the feminine energy from joining together. It's like, the pants being this masculine energy, the blue being this feminine energy. Of course, they do reside within the same vessel, which is kind of like how you would create an outfit, okay, so I'm just going to wear my masculine energy on my legs and my feminine energy, I'll wear it on my torso. But it's still two separate pieces. I hope that that makes sense. It's still two separate pieces. It's not in the same, although it's presenting in the same card, it's presenting in the same card as still in some type of separation within the self. And that is what is making others feel like they're in this Eight of Swords. They're feeling like they're in the. This is no, it's not even necessarily. It's like they're thinking that they're in the Eight of Swords, which talks about. This is actually talking about the box that we live in. If we were to follow the construct of society, this is the box. I can't step outside of the box because of this, and this. And when your presence is felt in this new space, it's like all of that is going to be highlighted for them. It's going to be highlighted for them, the thought forms, the thought patterns that keep their heart's true essence locked away. She's got her hands over her heart. She's clutching right there, and then you've got this keyhole in the heart, and what it is also, if they have, which I think that they do, these are like the emperors. Okay, these are the emperors. There's multiple of them. There's multiple emperors. Okay, so this is talking about. Okay, hang on, let me just slow down for a second. This actually might be like a place of multiple entrepreneurs. So, like, if we're speaking of a place of business, this is a place of business where everyone is it's like they have their own entrepreneurial ship. Okay, so when you come into this space, even so, that does mean that they are able to catch this ball of enlightenment. They are seeing it, they are becoming enlightened. What it means is that it's going to flood them with the emotions of feeling like they can't take the actions that are needed to be taken, because otherwise it would entrap them or bind them to whatever situation they are in. It's like they feel like they're trapped by this. But there is an unfolding that is happening while you're in this space, and it has something to do with this strength in the magician. So this part here, the part where that's separated from the title, this particular space here, I often talk about how it's like a kink in your magic. Or if you have a water hose, when you kink the water hose, and the water cannot go through the hose in a like forceful manner, if you will. It's talking about the magical abilities, not being fully expanded or opened. So with you coming in, you're highlighting within them this kink that is preventing them from fully opening up. And as your influence kind of spreads throughout this entire space, it's opening up that kink. It's opening up that. Okay, it's opening up. You see how this, if it was just to untwist, it would open the space up. And oh my God, this is so gorgeous. I hope that you can visually see this as I'm as it's being displayed to me. So if you were to untwist this space here, it's like you would have an open an open channel to be able to receive I guess the full strength. It's the full strength of your magic. So it seems as though it's almost simultaneously happening to you while it's happening to others as well. It's like perhaps you were just the first domino that was pushed over. You were the first one to catch that ball, and once you caught it, it's like it's spreading like a wildfire throughout the entire collective, if you will. So when this channel opens up for them, it's like they're going to ultimately be able to see how their own thought process is preventing their forward progression. And and it's actually that is causing a lot of their heartache. Because it's like, even if, let's just say this is something along the lines of like an entrepreneurship, the heartache might be represented as not getting any progress, like putting a lot of effort in, but not actually not getting anywhere. And it's like there's something about your presence that is going to show them that it's their own mental turmoil, or their own way of how they perceive things, or perceive the separation of their own feminine and masculine energy, that is going to illuminate to them the true nature of how they should be operating in their manifestations. Not in their manifestations, but it's like how they should be creating their manifestations. Because if you add together 8 and what is this 3, you get 11. But I'm looking at it through like the major arcana and the swords. So you have 8 swords, you add 3, that means that you've gotten to the 10 of swords, right? Which would be the end of that thought process. And then you have that one extra sword, like the remainder. You have the remainder, and it's that remainder that is going to display to them that it's almost like needing to utilize both the masculine and also the feminine energies in a partnership to be able to create the world that they want to manifest. So it seems as though currently a lot of people in the collective, or at least those that you are witnessing, are using this form of magic, which is a more masculine form, meaning that they probably they take a lot of action. There's a lot of investment and action and work and drive energy to forcefully make progress. But like I was saying in the other YouTube reading, it's simultaneously blocking out the feminine aspect that would elevate the manifestation. And it has something to do with the intuition, allowing intuition to guide you, and also displaying your sovereignty. It has something to do with your sovereignty and displaying your particular strengths. There's actually a quote that's coming to mind. I don't know who said this quote, but what it's talking about is the quote itself is, make decisions from your talent, not from your desperation. So if you make decisions from your desperation, you are limiting the amounts of manifestational energy that you can utilize. However, if you make your decisions from your strengths with the guidance of your intuition and your feminine energy, it's like there's so much more to be used. It's incredibly potent. It's incredibly potent to make decisions in that way. And at least for you, Aries, it looks like that's why you are taking this new, I don't even necessarily want to call it a new path. It's like a new way of taking action, in a way of being led. You're being led. Your heart is leading you. All right, Aries. I think I'm going to leave it there. I will see you next time, and I thank you so much for allowing me to read your energies. And yeah, it's going to be good for you, Aries. How are we going?